Well, hello YouTube, how you doing? Well, just some shameless promotion here, I realise, but I've got my eBay items up at the moment, so if you're interested in HD DVDs, combinations of some Xbox games and things of that nature, that's always available. Have a run over to my items and have a look anyway on eBay. The name is actually Fallen Computer Repair 949. Then, I also have listed at the moment a low-end sort of gaming machine, reconditioned machine, which is basic. Nothing fancy, but it works anyway. All parts have been tried, true, and stress tested. It's 260 at the moment, which I've got that up on Gumtree, if anybody's interested. I don't really post unit or system units, which I do like doing sometimes. No, I've never actually posted a system unit, so I don't know what's involved. So I don't really do it. I just prefer to sell them locally, if I can. So I've got eBay items and everything else, and I've got my actual Facebook and everything of that nature. I've got stuff up on eBay. As I said, I've always got this stuff. I've always got stuff on it. Well, most of the time I've had stuff up on eBay pretty much. So I've been, posting off, doing a combination of items lately, on and off, which has been good. It's been spectacular so far, and I've been pretty happy with the end results. So at this point, what do I have to do? At this point, I think I have to get that some postage anyway. So I'll do that this week, or try to do it this week. So let's see, $193, $730 anyway. So pretty much at this point, I'm just waiting to sell a couple of things. I'm pretty much waiting to sell the computer, or the computer I've got for sale at the moment. Also got my services, which are available as well. I'll sort of go into my services basically. What I do offer is, I offer a combination of services, basically virus checking, networking, things of that nature, all those types of stuff. But I also offer it at a reasonable price. I work with people on budgets and concession cards and things like that. I will only accept concession cards because, in my mind, if you're on a concession card, it's considered like somebody tried to do it with a healthcare card, but I don't consider a healthcare card really to be a concession card. A concession card just shows that you're on some type of pension or disability or welfare or something, and that shows that you're in need of that type of cheaper service. So that's $45 an hour, which I do. Look, for me, I don't charge for every single hour that I work on the machine. I only charge for the hours that I've worked on it specifically, and most of the time I'll try to get it out at the best possible price I can. At the same time, I'm not going to charge exorbitant amounts, even if it's for somebody on the normal spectrum of income, or higher bracket for that matter. What do I charge? I end up charging about $75 an hour, which 75 an hour I don't think is unreasonable, and in the sense of that, sometimes some things only take an hour really. So depending on the job, some things only take that amount of time anyway. So the other side of the spectrum is I have a flat rate system where I just charge for specific things that you want, whether it be a cleaning service to clean out the computer with air compressor and things like that. I think it's like $50 or something. Certain things I'll charge a flat rate for, and just one thing, and that's the price of it, and you either accept it or you don't. At the same time, I don't like being taken advantage of. I don't like being scammed myself, because it's possible to do that. It is only really a hobby business for me, so it's more the enjoyment I get out of working on the machines that I work on. But it's also a combination of making a little bit of money as well. It doesn't hurt either. But at the same side of the spectrum, it's more of a hobby thing for me, and it keeps me going. I would like to grow my business bigger, but at this point, it's only relatively small, and it's only just me doing it. So it's not as if I'm a big company. I've got heaps of overhead to work with, sort of thing. So at the same time, I enjoy it. It's a hobby. It keeps me going. It keeps my mind active, and it keeps me from getting into trouble or doing something stupid. That's how I see it anyway. Because I have a highly active brain and a high level of intelligence, so sometimes I do get bored with things easily. So at the other side of the spectrum of it too, I love doing a lot of the stuff I do. I enjoy it all. but at the same time, I want to be a fair business too. I want to get fair treatment to people, regardless of what income bracket you may be on. And I don't feel people should deserve better just because of this or whatever. I mean, I try not to place a class system of things on things too much. It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest, because I am a homegrown person. I used to live years ago in a housing commission house. Not anymore, but I mean, I don't know. I might end up, maybe, I don't know. But my point is, I used to live. I didn't, it wasn't majorly, in the sense of a lot of money in the bank most of the time. So, when growing up, but these days I'm doing a little better off than I was. So, in the sense of things, I mean, I'm not doing too bad these days. I'm pretty happy with most things. I try my best to keep myself in line with things most of the time, but no one's perfect. At the end of the spectrum of it, I got this. As you see, I got a little bit of eBay, a little bit of Gumtree, my Facebook channel, my YouTube channel, which I try to keep up on regularly. As I said, the problem with my YouTube channel is basically become the content creation's got a little jaded, because I'm like, okay, I can do this, but I can't do this, and I was like, okay then, thank you very much. Mainly because of my shitty internet connection. Hopefully I get a better internet connection in the future, barring the NBN being in my area at some point, I hope. God, I really do hope, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. I'm just going to say, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Unfortunately, I could probably talk to us blue in the face. I mean, about the NBN and the issues that I think our current government has got with it, and what the stupidity of our current government and just Mr. Tony fuck me up the arse Abbott. Yeah, no comment. I'm just going to leave it there, because it's all bullshit to me, to be honest. So at the end of it anyway, my point is that, okay, from the spectrum of that, I've got my Twitch channel, which isn't, I mean, I can do it, but I had to turn every fucking thing off on my internet connection pretty much to get it to work. I've got Instagram, which does work nicely. Google Plus, which, I've got a fair few followers on there. Got my Google Plus account, and then I got my Facebook account, which I got sort of two separate pages on my Facebook. My actual business, my little hobby business page, and then I got my personal page as well. Then, as you can see, I've got my actual name. I've changed the name sort of on my Fallen Network Repairing and everything else. So it's Fallen Computer Repair, Networking, Fallen 949 Gaming, which is sort of ties in with my Twitch channel basically. I'm also open to suggestions on people with new content they want on my channel, and also if people want to support my channel as well. If you want to support my channel, basically if you'd like to support my channel and make a donation sort of thing, not donation, but give me a little bit of money my way to help me out with some of the things I do on my channel, you're quite welcome to. And at the end of it, I'm not going to go and ask for charity sort of thing. I mean, I try to stand on my own 2 feet if I can help it, but I do admit that sometimes a little extra money would come in handy and that sort of thing, just because as I said, I just want to get support for my channel, basically, which is the premise of what I want to do, hopefully. But, at the end of it, that's pretty much what I'd like to do, is get more support for my channel. But I think there's a lot of people on a lot of people who support my channel and like my channel, and they do like what I do, and they enjoy what I do. So it's the main thing. But at this point in time, I've got everything worked out so far. Trying to sell some stuff, trying to do some other stuff, trying to get my channel to be a little more. Try and get my channel to be a little more substantial, you know what I mean? Just make things that little bit better, hopefully. And at the end of it, if I gain fame, or if I get a little more notoriety, which is good, that's a plus side there. Aside from that, I'm hoping to maybe, Well, extend upon my channel, obviously, and new content, which people are always happy to listen to people's suggestions of my channel, whether you're interested in them, what you're interested in seeing on my channel. Also, if you're interested in putting money towards something that you want to see on my channel, or if you just generally want to support my channel because you think my content is informative. So yeah, not too bad at all. The ultimate 440p gaming. So yeah, I mean, at this point in time, I'm just sort of trying to do my best with most things. I'm not perfect. I don't proclaim to be perfect. I have my issues, whether it be the depression, Asperger's, OCD, combination of a bit of schizophrenia as well. These things do hold me back, but they also keep me going forward as well, because they sometimes drive my passion for what I work with, which is technology. So at the end of it, they do help me to better myself and do help me to go forward. Hopefully. Well, some days, it depends on the day. Some days I just feel like being in bed, to be honest. But I mean, at the end of it, it's the truth of the situation. But oh, shit. Hello. Yep. Okay. Oh, I can't go over right now, mate, because I've got nobody to give me a lift. Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, what time? Alright. So what's the problem basically? Okay, so what's going on with your internet, mate? Okay, right. There you go, mate. What's the problem, or what's going on with your internet? Alright, sorry about that YouTube. I had to do a bit of technical support over the phone for my nephew. His USB stick for his wireless wasn't actually working, so... Alright, so... yeah, as I was saying, pretty much as I said, like a lot of this stuff, as I said, I don't know, I like to be fair with my business practices sort of thing, and also at the same time, I don't want to seem like a big fucking... I don't know, this world is driven by... I mean, look, at the end of it, I hate sort of having to support the support fund me thing on my channel, but at the same time I don't. It's sort of a combination, because the truth is, in this world you do need money to survive. You need money to function. Inherently, yes, I wish the world was more of a free trade system and it was a little more, maybe a little better, but I mean, look, at the end of it, look, it's not a bad system. I can't say... capitalism can be a nasty system sometimes, and it can be a good system in other ways. It just depends. But at the same time, I try to remain fair to most things that I do, and I try to do the right thing by the customer and by helping people properly. But then, at the end of it, true, the customer's not always right, especially when it comes to computer problems, mainly because not all customers are computer technicians, or maybe they've had some past experience. But in my mind, a lot of the stuff that I know about computers is always on the right side, because I mean, I'm right about 75 to 80% of the time. I'm right, especially when it comes to an issue with a computer, and especially when it comes to the stuff that I know about technology and the things that I know about. When it's stuff that I know about and I actually have studied, and I've had personal experience in the field of preparing with clients' machines and things like that, I know I'm right. That's the thing. When it comes to the other side of the spectrum, I mean, if it's something I don't know of, this particular subject, I'm going to research it first before I even start talking about it. I care not to formulate an opinion. Maybe I do sort of formulate a little bit of an opinion, but I'll only give it just from base knowledge that I have of something. I mean, to actually learn something, and I will listen to people if I feel they have the right knowledge for me. At the same side of the spectrum too, though, it's something you learn in the retail industry, is the customer is not always right, and the customer doesn't always have... they have certain rights, but they can't exactly be an asshole about it, you know what I mean? And the same as the retailer, I would never go back to an arsehole retailer, but at the other side of the spectrum, you got to realise that there's just as much as there's arsehole retailers and dickheads, and, dickhead mechanics and dickhead technicians, there's also dickhead customers as well. And I'm not saying all customers are like that, it's only some of those customers that you find, and it's not all. I've had maybe a few negative experiences with some people, but once or twice. But not anymore, no. I find most are positive. If you explain things to people calmly and you just lay it all on the line, you just tell them what's going on, and as long as you explain it to them, they're fine. So, at the end of it though, I try to be a good, trustworthy business, and I try to keep myself afloat online. I try to keep myself in line with things, and I try not to do anything too stupid. I mean, occasionally we've all done some stupid things from here to here, or here every so often. But I mean, I try not to do anything too stupid. Only thing I have a tendency to do is be a little more accommodating than I should to some people, and sometimes I'm a little too nice. But at the other side of the spectrum too, if someone really pisses me off and takes advantage of me, then I can get really pissed off and I can get quite mean and nasty. But at the other side of the spectrum, I do love what I do. It gives me practical experience in my work. I do enjoy it. It's fun. And it keeps me going. Keeps me functional. Keeps me going, and I feel happy most of the time doing it. I have an occasional moment where I get a computer really pisses me off because of, But at the same time, sometimes I like a challenge. Sometimes I actually like to have a challenge. And then some days it's like, fuck it, I don't feel like dealing with this computer today, I'm just going to leave it there and I'll fix it, and I'll have a look at it tomorrow, sort of thing, But, saying that, what's my regular turnaround time? Is about 3 days anyway on most computers. I give a maximum of 3 days, depending on how many computers are on the bench. Maximum of 3 days to repair it, depending on what the problem is. Sometimes it's sooner, sometimes it's longer. And that's only if there's unforeseen circumstances that come into play. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's just life, sometimes shit happens. On the other side of the spectrum, you can get problems that just snap and they're done. Well, they're pretty simple to fix. But at the same side of it, if a customer comes in with me not knowing what a problem is, I have to diagnose the problem too. So, diagnostics take time because especially if something's really intermittent and you can't see it at first when you examine the computer or the computer in question. If you have to do diagnostics, basically you have to work out if that problem's happening all the time or it's only happening when they're doing certain things. Unfortunately. But, that's part of the lovely world of working with computers, really, at the end. You pretty much, when you work with a lot of this technology, you're going to get bad shit. You're going to get annoying shit anyway. Okay, I'll be right back. He just called back because he couldn't find the driver download that for his network stick or wireless stick. So yeah, as I was saying, I like to be a fair business. I like to do my best by the customer, and I like to get the best possible result, the best possible result at the end. So at this point, I'm just going to say that most of this stuff, especially when you come in to do it, and coming down to doing this type of stuff, you can have good days, you can have bad days, you can have customers that tell you this and tell you that, and they do something totally opposite to what they've told you. But then, as I said, it's just the way of the world, unfortunately. Not everybody's computer savvy, not everybody's computer intelligent, and they don't know everything they need to know about it, and at the end of it, unfortunate. But it happens. But the other side of the spectrum is the good stuff and the bad stuff. At the end of it, I try to help people out as often as I can, but at the same time, it gets to a certain point where, okay, somebody asks me, I don't mind giving you a bit of free advice here and there, but at the same side of the spectrum too, it gets to a certain point where I have to start charging people, because it's just like, well, okay, I'm sorry, but I can't exactly give that type of information away for free, or what sort of thing, combination of. Which, it's not really information, it's just my expertise in knowing how to do something, or particular type of way of doing something. So, at the end of it, it's the expert knowledge that your paying for. Not just that, but also expert advice on what the best thing is to get or specifically after. So I mean, at the end of it, you know, it vastly depends on the person, but I try to give as best possible advice I can in most cases. But you know, it's just the world and the way it works. Hollow 13 HD DVD. So I got these for sale on here. Yes, I do a few bits and pieces on here. Haven't sold much lately. I've sold one thing, which is a headset. Got my currently up my laptop. I got my desktop PC, reconditioned PC, which is currently on sale. Oh, not sale, but it's on. It's for sale. And I got my obviously my eBay selling stuff that I've got. Then I've got my YouTube channel, which I'm trying to get revenue through that. I've got my Facebook page. I mean, I can always be reached on these particular services anyway. If anybody's wants to ask a question or is curious about something. I'll try my best to help out as much as I can. At the same time, I love doing. I mean, a lot of this stuff is my favourite, well, not favourite, but it's my favourite stuff there's a lot of stuff that I like to do, and I do enjoy my job to a certain extent. There's some days where I don't necessarily enjoy it. Some days where I do. It's just, yeah, it depends on the day, I guess. Depends on my frame of mind. So at this point in time, pretty much chilling. I've been watching a couple of episodes of Grimm and things like that. Occasionally I've just been watching shows and stuff and doing other bits and pieces around the house, pretty much. You know, whether it's wash the dishes or clean up, do a bit of cooking, ride the exercise bike a little bit. Yeah, just little things here and there, which has been fun. Spending time with my girlfriend, obviously, which I do love doing. Spend time with her, talking to her about her day, how she's going, how she's feeling, how things are going in her life, her family, whatever, you know. I do love talking to her, and I love, you know, well, I love connecting with her on top of that, and, you know, we do other things as well, but I won't talk about those. But I mean, aside from that, we, yeah. I talk about some of the stuff that she does. You know, she sometimes goes on them for sale sites around her local place, local area, which is Indiana. And she does some stuff on there. She's always good for a bargain and always knows how to get things cheap, which is very intelligent. And whether it be on eBay or something like that, or whether it's on eBay or whether it's on the for sale sites and stuff on Facebook, she always knows how to get a bargain, and that's one of the other qualities I love about her too. She always knows how to haggle on price. I'm always one for a bargain myself, and I always try to get the best possible price on something if I can help it. I try to negotiate as best I possibly can with most prices, but saying that, you know, sort of half and half sort of thing. But at the same time, I don't know. I do a bit of shopping on eBay, so I always look up the best prices there. I also Google different sites for sale sites and things like that, so I try to find the best retailer with the best price, basically. I try to get bargains as well. I try to. I try to get the best possible price, bargains, and I try to get the right, just about the right price for most things. There are moments where I don't, where I have to pay that little bit more for something, but I mean, some things are actually worth the extra premium in some cases. Not everything. But I mean, some things are actually worth the extra money because, you know, you get extra warranty and stuff and things of that nature. So I mean, to be honest, some of those things are actually worth that extra dollar on top, you know. Which, to be honest, I mean, there's things that, you know, I reckon there's things that aren't worth it, but there's also things that are worth the extra money. And there's nothing wrong with paying a bit of a higher shelf price on some things because you know the quality you're getting on them. Then some things I've bought, which is the other side of the spectrum, but some things I've bought really, really cheap, and I've been surprised that they lasted as long as they did, and the quality was really fantastic. So, you know, that's the other side of the spectrum anyway. I'll be right back. As I was kindly interrupted, I'm sorry, I've had a few technical problems with my family. Don't we all have technical problems with our family? No, apparently the antivirus, well, I think first the wireless stick was an issue, but it wasn't apparently the wireless stick that was the issue, it was the antivirus that was causing all the problems. So, I fixed it from here anyway. I told him to pretty much put a new code into the antivirus because the antivirus had expired, which they're using the paid-for version of Zone Alarm, so that's the reason the antivirus code had expired. I basically need to put new code in, which is not that hard. It's just copy and paste, pretty much. So, at this point, as I was saying, I like to be a fair business. I like to do stuff fair in my mind. So at this point in time, I'm sort of going, okay, hold on a second, you know. I try to give the best customer service as much as I can. I try to help people as much as possible. And you know, I mean, I'm not perfect. I mean, everybody's entitled to a few mistakes. Even technicians make mistakes, and I'll probably say that at least 75 to 80% of the time I'm correct when it comes to a lot of the issues, especially when diagnosing a computer. Some things I can tell straight off the bat. Sometimes I need to do a deeper diagnostic on it in the first place. It all depends. Some things can be more complex than they actually come off in the first place. So that's just part and parcel with the job, really. But on the other side of the spectrum too, some things can be really easy, some things can be really, really fucking annoyingly hard, or they can be fiddly. What I like to call fiddly jobs, where you have to be extremely careful how you do it, and you have to be extremely picky about how you do it. So yeah. Little jobs like that, and those jobs aren't too bad. I don't mind those. Some of those are okay, but some of them can be a little frustrating, especially when you're trying to remove a screen or do other things of that nature. So I've got this stuff available. I've put some antivirus on my desktop computer on Windows Vista Ultimate, which is sorry, on Windows Vista. Jeez, what am I saying? On Windows 7, and that computer's now installed, which I'm pretty much happy with the end result of that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to run it for a few days. I'm going to run it on the bench for a few days anyway, just to make sure everything's okay with it, which it seems to be running okay. So I've listed it anyway, but I'll just make sure nothing's going to fall over. But I tested the components for about 71 hours or more originally when I was first doing a lot of the tests on the system. So I'm pretty happy with the end results. I got a 500 watt power supply, Antec power supply in there. Relatively decent graphics cards, 8600 GT, a couple of hard drives, a 120 and a 120 basically mechanical hard drive and a 500 gig mechanical hard drive, and DVD burner. Intel Core 2 Duo processor, 3.0 gigahertz, which is working nicely. Video cards are working nicely. Case is doing well. It's an Antec case. It's a nice case. I actually got the power supply and the case together, so I think I shows well with that. I also got a spare power supply just in case, but I got a spare power supply just in case I want to do another build later. Like 420 watt. This one's a 500, but I don't know. I've done a bare minimum of like 500 or 420 watt. I mean, 420 watt if it's a real nice power supply, like a decent power supply. If it's not so decent, then I would recommend higher, obviously. So, got that there. Anyway, my point that I was trying to make was that especially in this industry, you come along, you know, practical experience, and at the end of it, I'm willing to give people a certain degree of free advice sometimes. So, you know, I'm happy to help in some cases, but sometimes I do get a little annoyed with helping. Not annoyed, but sometimes it's like, well, okay, what fucking know you're going to pay me, you fuckers. So at the end of it, yeah, fuck it. You know, that's just the world. I honestly wish the world wasn't so money oriented, because it just, you know, makes people seem greedy at times. But I mean, unfortunately, with this world, you really need money to function. You also need money to be comfortable. You also, as long as there's nothing wrong with looking after your own business. Also, nothing wrong with looking after your own business interests, and there's also nothing wrong with looking after yourself and your family, or partner or significant other. I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. That's normal behaviour. At the same time, you know, nothing wrong with helping people, but you know, you're not going to see yourself fucking broke helping them. So yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. I've got obviously some more shit coming up. I got a shitload of videos coming up at this point, but the problem with those videos is I need to do the rest of them, edit the rest of them, so yeah, I'm pretty much going to say that the best thing I can do at this point is I'm going to edit these videos I've got now together and see what they look like on my main rig and see how they come together. So see how this new memory card's faring too. It seems to be recording pretty nicely. I haven't had any errors or anything like that come out of it, which is good. And maybe some more coffee, maybe some lunch, maybe watch a bit of a TV show and just relax. I might have a bit more of a go on the bike, I don't know, but yeah, we'll see how I go. Alright, thank you very much, YouTube, and I hope you love my videos. Well, I hope you I hope at some point you do actually enjoy my videos in some way, or get something out of them at least. I would say, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Aside from liking, commenting, and subscribe, can you please... Also, if you want to support me too, there's a support link as well. What else? Oh, let me think about it logically. What else? Oh yeah, like me on Twitter, Facebook. What is it? Follow or whatever. Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Instagram, Twitch TV. Yeah, all those lovely services. I'm always on those at some point. Yeah, not always Twitch TV, but I do get around into doing some broadcasts at some point, so I will eventually get around to doing it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed my videos. Stay tuned for more, obviously, coming up in the future, which is going to be a combination of maybe some gaming videos this time. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the camera and things like that because, you know, I like doing that type of stuff. And as I said, I've got my laptop screen here and showed you a couple of the repairs and stuff that I do, or builds and things like that, my projects. So next project on my list of things to do is rebuild my computer into a new case, which that should be interesting, should be challenging. Going to cable manage, going to do some stuff like that and fiddle around with it, just to have a bit of a play, dust her out correctly, you know, just make things all nice and neat. So we'll see how we go. Thank you very much, YouTube. I hope you enjoy my videos. Please stay tuned, obviously. And if you're interested in my eBay auctions, there is notably a link on my main discussion page on my channel, which will send you a link to my eBay name, which is Fallen Computer Repair 949. And if you're interested in my local services, there's also my Gumtree ad and Computer Tower at the moment. Alright, thank you very much, and please stay tuned. I've obviously got more coming up. I'm going to have to put some stuff on Facebook too, some ads. So, alright, thank you very much. Bye.